Okay, well, yeah, I could have checked it there, but I reset just out of muscle memory, but yeah, we'll get a fresh one. But what if this one is runnable? Should I start my timer? Yeah, might as well. Okay, so we'll do one more. It's not likely to be runnable, but we'll see. That's pretty funny. I just see something that's not plus special attack, and my fingers just like are on the reset buttons immediately. Yeah, keys are on. Let's use in-game time. Switch everything back. RTA is stupid. And before he comes out of lurking, because he was actually watching the whole time. Oh my god, it's modest 18. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is actually creating a clip so that I can see all of the things that I just checked in one video. And it's time to move again. So during that cutscene, I'm able to get as far as entering the Salamence stuff. And then we're gonna watch the news report. Time to move again. There's a lot of movement in the lab, so it's kind of hard to check everything all at once, but I'm generally able to get it all entered before the Chobin battle starts. So this was a bashful nature Eevee. Oh god, I'm slow this time. It's not a female Eevee. We would check a box if that were the case. Didn't have to do that in Colosseum, because Colosseum always re-rolled the RNG so that they were never female. And then the stats, 1, 2, 3. Only had to check 3. So that's the Eevee we got. Pretty runnable, right? That can work. Alright, so that was the demonstration. So now I will reconfigure my display here. Okay, so this is kind of the gist of what I see. So yeah, you can see it's a pretty simple interface. Let me go to see chat again. Let's move the timer out of the way so I can have room to click. There we go. Also enable mouse pointer. Okay, so you can see my mouse now, hopefully. Alright, so you may have to squint to see, but yeah, it's a pretty simple layout. So to go through what I just did, the first thing you do when you're in the battle sim is you would open up Salamence's summary and check its ID. What I do is I don't enter in the ID right away. I'll actually wait until I see whether I have an Eevee that might be runnable, and then I will immediately click the clips button. So fortunately all of the checking stuff fits into one 30-second clip, which is pretty convenient. So you have to check this Mence box if you're going to check Salamence. You don't have to check Salamence, but you're going to likely get more results if you don't. So I would enter in this TID during the first cutscene. That's about as far as I can get before I have to move the character again. No, the reset button is not linked to my GameCube, unfortunately. But yeah, then during some elevator cutscenes, I can generally get Eevee's, or my trainer ID put in here, and the nature as well. And then during this Kamiko Manor cutscene, when you come here for the first time, I can generally enter in my stats enough to see the one result. So the reason Salamence is necessary, let's see if we can actually see this. Alright, so if I did not get Salamence's stats and just check the Eevee, this is what we were doing for a while now, just by eyeball, not even getting IVs. So trainer ID 59180. So no Salamence, we just leave all that alone. This was a bashful Eevee. Stats were 33. Oh, I can bring that up for you guys. So this is the Eevee we got. These are the stats. Just plug them right in, just like in Coliseum with Sp. on. 21. Okay, so unfortunately, well, this actually isn't too bad, getting 2 results. So it can either be this spread or this spread. As you can see, they're kind of mostly identical. The attack is quite a bit different, but that doesn't matter for the speedrun. Special attack is pretty different as well, but both of these would be bad for a speedrun anyway. And yes, as you can see, it also shows the hidden power, which is calculated directly from the IVs. So it can either be a pretty awesome Grass 68, or a not-so-good Rock 56. But as you can see, when we entered the Salamence's stats, we only had 1 result, and I only had to check 3 of the 6 stats. Like, that's how good Salamence is. Without Salamence, we pretty much will always have to check all 6 stats, and even then, we don't even get down to 1 result all that often. I think the most he said could happen was 12. That's extremely unlikely, but you only get 1 result like 38% of the time if you don't use Salamence. And then you'll get like 2 or 3 results most of the time. If you get more than 5 results, it won't even display in this window, so you're kind of out of luck. That's pretty unlikely to happen, but that is definitely a possibility. So yeah, it's a pretty easy to use tool. I think I'll just go ahead and do one more reset so you guys can actually see, like, as I enter the stats and stuff, like what I'm doing in before runnable Eevee. But yeah, I'm not doing a run unless I get like a God 18 special attack with hidden power fire or something. Then maybe I'll just retime it later or something. I don't know. So, yeah, click reset before each and every attempt, assuming you completed a check before. So I would start my timer there. I'm not going to do it this time. And then we just blissfully watch this cutscene like always. Nothing going on yet. So yeah, generally I have no fields pre-filled in. I could go ahead and check the Salamence box. Guess that could be a slight optimization in entering everything. Because I think I'm pretty much always going to check Salamence, but it is an optional thing, like I said. That's why there's a question mark here. And yeah, it's just an optional thing. You could just check Eevee alone and not Salamence at all. Just hope you get lucky and only get one result, which is more often than not going to be the case. So yeah, again, thankfully, thanks to the clips function, we don't have to worry about memorizing all the Salamence numbers that we see, because more than likely we don't get a good Eevee and we're not going to need it anyway. Jolly. That's runnable. Let's check it. So yeah, I can actually wait to click the clips button until I get into this cutscene, thankfully. So then I click it. Generating Clipperino. And it's right before the Salamence. Oh, am I going to be able to see the stats? The window's kind of in the way. So yeah, Ments 31377. So I can just get that in time before that cutscene's over. Kind of just have my fingers mashing A and B, like holding down B and mashing A. I didn't check the news report again. I'm gonna have to do that when I go up. So yeah, I gotta unfortunately have two hands on the controller here because I have to move and mash through text. And then right about here, I can go back to the clip. Takes some practice. You have a lot of time when you're going to Kaminko Manor, though, to check everything else. I didn't check the report. No, I failed. Also, I can't see Eevee's nature because the window's in the way. And yeah, the program requires you enter the nature before the stats, so... Okay, yeah, it was Jolly, right? TID 54... 751... Not female... Skip ahead to the stats. 33, 17, 16. There it is. No muss, no fuss. Hey, we got ice. So, yeah, that's basically a shitty version of what you're supposed to do to check the stats.